my best friend. Hugs and kisses to my best friend. That's my best friend. Hugs and kisses to my best friend. That's my best friend. Hugs and kisses to my best friend. That's my best friend. She the only one who ain't left me. That's my best friend. Hugs and kisses to my best friend. That's my best friend. Hugs and kisses to my best friend. That's my best friend. Hugs and kisses to my best friend. That's my best friend. Hugs and kisses to my best friend.
Hey guys, it's Kyera and I'm back with another video. I know y'all are probably tired of just seeing me, but we're getting back into our schedule. We'll just have to work out a few things, but we're gonna get that straightened out soon so that we can be back together fully. But today I'm coming with another story time. A lot has been going on this whole year, honestly, and I just keep getting into stuff. Not even on purpose or anything, and it's not anything like mischievous or anything like that. This is actually a story time about my first car wreck that happened on September 20th, 19th or 20th, one of those days. Yeah, so we're gonna get right into it. So, this day, I was doing a lot of running around, a lot more than I was expecting to. And it was actually around the time for my brother's birthday party. His birthday is on September 12th, but we had it the weekend, that next weekend over, because we had to make a short trip on his birthday weekend to visit some family for an event. So we didn't get to have his birthday party that weekend, so we scheduled it for the next weekend. And we were doing some last minute things to get it together. And he's into reading now. At first he wasn't, but he's into reading now. So my mom was sending me to take him to Barnes & Noble to pick out some books that he liked so that we could gift them to him on his birthday or birthday party, whatever you want to say. And that's where we were heading, and we were going down the main street. We're going down Cooper, heading towards the mall, and we were stopped at a light. And it was this big blue truck in front of me, and then it was a white car behind me. It was a Honda. And we were stopped at the light, and the light was about to turn green, or the light turned green, and the truck went, and I was about to go, and the Honda behind me rear-ended me because somebody rear-ended them. Y'all, my brother's been in a wreck before, and it was a traumatic experience for him, so he was in the backseat freaking out. I was in the front seat trying to keep it together because I knew I couldn't freak out because then he would freak out worse. So he's in the backseat screaming and crying, and I look in my rearview mirror, and the girl that was driving she had blood coming out of her mouth. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I just got in a wreck. So immediately, I've never been in a wreck, so I have no idea what to do. I'm freaking out on the inside because I can't show it outwardly. So I get out of the car to see if the girl is okay, and she is. And then the dude that hit her is out of the car checking on her too. It was so much going on. But excuse my nails if y'all can see them. But it was so much going on, and I finally got back in my car, and I called my mom and told her. And she was like, are y'all okay? And I was like, yes. And then she said we needed to get out of the middle of the street because you can get a ticket for holding up traffic if the cars are drivable. So if you can drive them, get out the way. If not, then of course, I mean, you can't pull the car on the side of the road. So just leave it there or whatever. But if you can drive the car out off the scene, then like not a hit and run, drive off the scene. But if you can drive it away from where it's obstructing traffic, then do it, because otherwise you'll get a ticket. So we all moved out the side, out the middle of the street. And at first we just pulled on the shoulder of the road, but then they thought it would be better to pull into a parking lot. So we pulled into a parking lot, and we were making sure everybody was good. And then we started asking questions because I was trying to figure out, like, what the heck happened? Why? What is going on? And then the girl was fussing at the dude, and then the girl that hit me had just got her car fixed. So she's going to have to repay for that to get done again. So, and both ends of her car got hit. So, yeah. But it was minor damage, but at the same time, it's still like, my car is a little messed up. But I took pictures of the little license plates, and I called the police. If I didn't know if I should or not, but I called my mom and she said to call them because nobody else had called them. They thought the dude that hit us had called, but he didn't. And y'all, let me just tell y'all, this was so ghetto. Like, honestly, it was really ghetto. I'm not gonna tell y'all why it was ghetto because I don't want to put nobody out there like that, but it was just ghetto. Anyways, so that is so funny. Anyways, but so we were there getting the insurance information and all that kind of stuff, and comes to find out, dude doesn't have insurance that covers everybody. Everybody. I think it's called liability, like where it only covers just you. It doesn't cover everybody. We have full coverage, so we cover myself and then whoever else is involved. But he didn't have that. The girl that hit me did, but the dude that hit her, who basically hit me, didn't. And we were all like, so how you expect us to pay for this mess? Sorry. I was so upset. But we were waiting for the police to arrive. The ambulance got there first, and they checked everybody to make sure everybody was good. Nobody wanted to get on and get checked. I was fine. I felt fine. Noah was fine. So that's all I was worried about. He wasn't hurt. He wasn't, he was just shaken up. He threw up, I think, because he was crying, and I think, I don't know why he threw up, but he was fine. He didn't have any pain or anything like that. He didn't have a concussion or anything. But when we got hit, we both jerked forward really hard, and then I fell back on my seat really hard too. I don't know if, I think Noah caught himself because he didn't have any pain, and he was at the back of the car, so I never let him ride in my front seat because I was told that you're supposed to be 12 years older to ride in the front seat, and I don't let kids that's not 12 years old to ride in my front seat. But he was fine. He didn't have any injuries or anything like that. So we were both fine at the scene, and the ambulance came, and then the fire truck showed up, and then what is it called? The police department showed up, and it was a lot going on. And y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever been in a wreck or anything, but in the moment, it's so much adrenaline. Like, you can't feel anything. You're just, it was my first time, so I was really shaken up. Of course, I couldn't show that. I cried when I got back in the car when we were on the, like, when we were in the middle of the street, because while I was calling my mom, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know how to feel. I tried to hold it together for Noah, and it kind of was working, but wasn't working at the same time. But once we got into the parking lot, my mom ended up coming, and when I saw her, like, I just completely broke down, because I was like, I really could have died, fool. Like, could have lost my life behind this. But we talked everything out. We got all the information that we needed, and then, or she went to talk to the police and all that kind of stuff, and we got all the information we needed. Then we, she went to go finish doing whatever she was doing, and then I still felt okay to drive to get to Barnes & Noble so we could go get the books that he wanted, and he still wanted to go, so we went and got him the stuff, and that kind of took his mind off of it. He was fine. But he was pretty occupied with his books and all that kind of stuff, and then he was hungry, which we didn't think nothing about that because he's always hungry. So, of course, even in traumatic events, he wants to eat. But so I was on my way to go get what he wanted. He wanted Zaxby's, and from the Barnes & Noble we went to the Zaxby's location that we went to, that's a pretty far drive. So I was on my way there, and as I was driving there, my back started hurting, like, really, really bad. And I was like, okay, like, I thought I was just uncomfortable in my seat or something like that, so I was like, okay, I'm not really gonna worry about it. But then I remembered, like, when you get in a wreck, that's, like, I think one of, like, the main injuries that happens, like, your back hurts or something like that, or you have back pain and stuff like that, and that's what happened. At first, it was, like, it was painful, but it was bearable. at the same time. But I just went ahead and told my mom when I got home, like, my back's hurting. And actually, by the time I got home, it was hurting much worse. Like, really, really bad. Like, I was crying. That's how bad it was hurting. So, my mom asked me if I wanted to go to the hospital or wait to go to Kyera'S now. And I was like, I need something now. Like, I didn't tell her this, but I felt like I was dying. Which probably would have been a little dramatic to say. But, y'all, I was like, it hurt really bad. And, we went to the hospital later that night, and let me just say, they gave me the good stuff. And actually, pertaining to this, I was apparently doing the fool. Like, I was a comedian that night, and my family recorded the videos, so I'm actually gonna insert those, and that'll be like the rest of the video. So just to kind of explain a little bit of what was going on in the videos. When we first got to the hospital, we signed in or checked in, whatever you call it. And we sat down for like 2 minutes, and then they called me back to ask me some background questions like my name, what happened, why I was in pain, what I was there for, all that kind of stuff. And then they took me to my room. And I was laying in the bed, and then this lady came to see me, and she was like, what was going on and all that kind of stuff. And then she was asking me questions. Like, just give me the drugs, sis. Just give me the drugs. But after she got done asking me the questions, she went to go do something. And they ordered for me to take an x-ray. And I don't really know the time like that, but it might have been like 30, 45 minutes before this man came to get me to go do my x-ray. And we went to go do my x-ray. Y'all, they was killing me. Like, did you forget I was in there? Because the way that the machine was set up, like, I thought it was one that you lay down, but I think that's a different one. That's probably like for CAT scans and MRIs and stuff. But the x-ray that they did, I was standing up, which I was already not feeling. And then they had me standing up against this thing, and it was hurting me. But I was like, I'm gonna just do this so they can get the x-ray so they can tell me what's wrong with me. But, yeah. They got the x-rays and they took me back to my room. I'm gonna put a disclaimer. To do x-rays, if you have wire in your bra, you have to take it off so that they can get accurate pictures and stuff. And I guess that my wiring was interfering with the machine, so I had to take my bra off. Disclaimer. So beware of that. And I think actually right before I went to go get my x-ray, they gave me Vicodin. Obviously, I'm like, I forgot what they said. I think they said I have a low tolerance or something like that, because I don't think that Vicodin was supposed to have the effect that it did on me, but it did. And honestly, it was a really funny experience after hearing about like the stories of what I said, what I did. It's really funny. It was really funny. Like, we still laugh to this day and make jokes about it because it was so funny. But yeah, the rest of this video is going to be the videos from my experience at the hospital until we got home. Shout out to Ty, Mommy, Kana, Bubba, and a friend of mine that came to see me and check on me and make sure I was good. And yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Y'all will see all that took place. We'll see you later, lovelies. My eyes.
I want the iPhone 11.
What? Is this the me home with? What?
They give you that, some muscle, you gonna feel weak. Oh my God. What's wrong with your eyes? Are you afraid? Absolutely not. What is he doing? I don't know.
All I see is your eyebrows.
No, they're not.
I just need to get all your info. Have you ever been here before? No. Okay. What's your address?
Can't see. Something wrong with my eyes.
There's something wrong with your eye.
Which one? Both of them? You want to get both of them? What's wrong? Oh. How long ago did you take it? I don't know.
Not too long after we got here. It's through, it's through your job? Okay. You want to sign it? Okay. These are just her treatment forms for the ER, okay? So it's a signature here with everything. Okay, the next three are just initial for privacy purposes and patient rights.
It's going to look my eyebrows.
And then insurance. And then insurance. And then insurance.
I think so.
Yes, the last one is a signature. Thank you.
You keep doing your eyes like that. I said if you keep doing your eyes like that.
Let's see how people drink here.
Y'all play Lamisa. Big Love Try plays Lamisa tonight. Oh, wow. To beat them 61 to 13. messing with me, homeboy.
They give you that some muscle like you up there weak.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with your eyes? Absolutely not. What does it do?
Girl, do it make your body drowsy? Does it make your body drowsy too? Putting this on. It's hot outside. You sure they can't just roll me out on this? I feel like.
Here's a remote.
Okay.
Do you have to go get Noah?
My legs don't work. Yes, they do. Oh, God. Shorts. They were just dope. They gonna send me to the crazy hospital. You might get it for the first time. You want white Uncle Mikey birthday.
I'm gonna get nice thing, make it fine. I'm gonna get nice thing, make it just fine. I love sleeping in the house.
Who y'all
Sleep
put
in the cold.
They gave me a heated blanket.
The button. That's like I'm like your
Arlington PD not gonna have no contract with the inmate babysitters. Inmate babysitters? That's what I call them. They had a prisoner in there?
Yep.
Where you park?
Girl. Do it make your body drowsy? Does it make your body drowsy too? It's hot outside. Oh. You sure they couldn't just roll me out on this? I feel like when you get Vicodin for the first time, you walk like Uncle Mike and Great Daddy.
I'm not a good nurse, then they can fire me.
Huh?
What you said, if I'm not a good
Here's your water. I think she put something in that. That's what I drunk in my eye.
You took some pain medicine, girl.
You want it? You fall, so don't drop it.
Am I? Is my body gonna be drowsy tomorrow?
No, not if you don't take no more medicine.
I think that's
Hey, just move your leg. It moves. Oh, you don't have your phone. We got it. It's a step. That it. Don't miss that step.